Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be discussing all of these books that I bought this past weekend and now my current up-to-date physical TBR. So let's get into this. Oh, it's fine. Okay. In full transparency, this video did not go originally as planned. This was supposed to be a book shopping vlog with a haul, and I have no book shopping content. I did go book shopping. I bought 10 books and I'm going to be showing those to you, but I went to BAM for the first time in a couple of months and they had like rearranged the store and it like really made me overstimulated. So I just got like very anxious and I got the books that I wanted and then just left. I didn't get any content of me shopping or like content of any of the books. Yeah, so I'm a mess, in full transparency. And I thought to make up for it, I'd give you like a little sneak peek of my shelves. You can't see all of them because I do have 3 that are like really tall and it's like really hard to get like the full shelves with this camera angle, but this is the best that I can do at the moment. So I swear, I promise, I pinky promise that you will get a book shopping vlog from me soon and you'll get a full bookshelves tour from me soon. For now, please bear with me and take the content that I can give you. This is my physical TBR shelf. Every other book on this shelf I've already read. I think these plus the 10 that I haven't put on yet, the ones that I bought this weekend, puts me up to 33 books. I'm a really big ebook reader, so my physical TBR is like never above 50 because I'm primarily just reading on my Kindle. So 33 is pretty great. It's going to be going up though because in April I'm going to be buying 26 books. They'll put my physical TBR in the 60s and that's a little too high for me, so I'm going to try to knock out as much of these as I can next month. I have like a whole challenge for it that you'll be seeing a video about soon. Like, understand that I'm human. I'm a very anxious, neurodivergent human, and I'm just doing my best, guys. But I hope you enjoy my shelves. So yes, let's get into this. Just jumping into the books that I got from over the weekend. I like pretty much exclusively shop at Books A Million. It is the closest bookstore to me. I have a membership there. But I also pretty much only exclusively shop from their bargain section. I hate paying full price for a book, so I hardly ever do. I did make an exception today and I did buy a special edition that was $34, but it was stunning and you'll be seeing it later on in this video, so you'll understand why I paid so much. But these books are great. I think they're like usually $5 to $6. A lot of people don't like getting bargain books because of the sticker, but I actually have a method of getting those off, so it's like no problem to me. My method of getting these off is I take a little bit of rubbing alcohol and like moisten the sticker, and then I take an eraser and and it comes off. And then if there's like any residue, I'll take like another dab of rubbing alcohol with paper towel, and it almost always just comes clean. I've never really had any issues. Another thing is that sometimes I'll have like little black dots. That really doesn't bother me. For a $6 book that was like originally $20-30, I'll take it, honestly. This one I picked up because of the inside cover. This is called A Wilderness of Stars by Shay Shaw. The inside cover is purple with a star constellation on it. Yeah, I thought this was stunning. I will read the back of it so you know what it's about. It says, "This is the spear that Mama spoke about on nights when she couldn't sleep, when she watched the ridge above the river for signs of someone coming. She was terrified that someday we'd be found. I never truly understood the panic she felt, the sharpness at the back of the neck when you know you're being hunted, but now I do." So that's the first one that I picked up. The second book that I got was The Song of the Six Realms by Judy Lin. I really love the covers by this author. The books are pretty good. Like, they're not like my favorite books ever, but these covers are always so freaking stunning. And the book underneath the cover is like this green color, and I love green. Green's like my second favorite color. And I will read the back cover. It says, "He reached out and his fingertips touched my skin, slowly, ever so gently, as if he was handling a precious thing. He cupped my face in his hand. I froze under his touch, the too intimate sensation. He closed his eyes and warmth spread across my face. His magic seeped into me, a feeling I recognized. I took away the pain. I was glad that he could not see my expression. For a moment, I thought he was going to kiss me, and for a moment, I wanted him to." So this is clearly like a romantasy of some kind. This author always writes like very magical, whimsical fantasies. This is the author of A Magic Steeped in Poison, if you've read that or heard of it. Anyways, I'm a big fan. I would buy these books just for the cover. Like, even if I hated the inside of the books, the covers really get me. And I really like this one because it has like butterflies on it. Big fan of butterflies. But as for like this little tiny sticker, but there's actually no black dot on this one, so I feel actually pretty lucky. No black dot, no black line. The third book I got was A Crown of Ivy and Glass by Claire Legrand. I don't really know how to say people's last names, so give me a little bit of a break. I do have a speech impediment, so I do get a little bit of a grace with that. I've talked about this series a bit in my other videos, so I won't groan on in this. I just am a really big fan of this author, so I want to own as many of her books that I come across. And this is the first book in a series that I've been reading, and I've been enjoying it, and it's a green cover, I love it. I just noticed, there's actually art in it. There's art in it. So yeah, I would recommend this. This is, I think, the only paperback that I got. But once again, yeah, like no black dot, no black line. I'm really surprised by that. Usually I get all kinds of books that have like black dots, black lines. Next, I got A Hunger of Thorn by Lily Wilkins. This is, there's nothing on the back, so I'll have to read the front cover. There's a lot of words. But it's purple with a moth underneath. Is that what it is? A moth? Yeah, I think it is. There's nothing on the back cover, so I'll just read like the little tidbit on the inside. Maud is a daughter of witches. She spent her childhood running wild with her best friend, Odette, weaving stories of girls who slayed dragons and saved princes. Then Maud grew up and lost her magic and her best friend. These days, magic is toothless, reduced to glamour patches and psychic energy drinks found in supermarkets and shopping malls. Odette has always hungered for forbidden, dangerous magic, and 2 weeks ago she went searching for it. Now she's missing. Everyone says she's dead, everyone except Maud. So it must be like a mystery vibe to this as well. But I've never read this author. I have not read this author at all. I've never read this author. We're gonna ignore that. Okay, the next two books are actually the second and third book. I actually don't know which way they go. I don't know which one's the second, which one's the third, honestly. I bought the first book in my last BAM haul. I'm gonna go over when I go with my Physical TBR, so I'm not gonna describe the books because obviously if I read the summaries on these, I'm gonna be spoiling myself because I've not read the first book. But this is the main reason why I picked these up. I don't really know much about these. I think it's like a political queer fantasy. But yes, so this is the second and third. I haven't read the first one. I hope that I like it. If not, I kind of screwed myself. If not, if I do love it, then I prepared myself greatly. Next, I got Together We Rot by Skyla Ardent. I definitely got this because of the cover, because it has like the rib cages showing with flowers growing out of it. Yeah, I definitely got this off the cover. But the back says, she may have helped him escape his family's cult, but the woods won't let him go so easily. Ooh, okay. Okay, nothing pretty. So that's this one. This one is called The Mark of the Wicked. This is by Georgia Bowers. The back says, what's wrong, she asked. Oliver swallowed an audible cartoon gulp. Only his face said they weren't in any kid's cartoon. He jumped off the swing and rushed to her, put his hands on her shoulder, and tried to turn her away as she stood between him and the swing. Get inside! We need to get inside! Oliver, what? They both looked up as the branches cracked and the swing jutted under the weight of something. Matilda yelped and jumped back, and Oliver clamped a hand over his mouth as the something fell from above them, landing partially on the swing and the ground at an awkward, terrifying angle. Matilda stepped forward, glad at Oliver as he grabbed her wrist so she couldn't get any closer. She shivered as something icy, something terrible went through her. The two coats she was wearing powerless to stop it from getting into her bones. Is that, said Matilda, not insulting herself or Oliver by finishing the question. They both knew what it was or who it was. I didn't read the back of these. I'm gonna be fully honest with you. When I bought these, I did not read the back of these. I picked off the covers. I fully believe it. So me reading these to you is actually me reading the covers for the first time. And lastly, the one book that I made for my BAM bargain section exception. This is a special edition of Immortal, which is the new book by Sue Lynn Tan. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing that right. It has pink sprayed edges. The book says, what the gods did not give us, I would take. And I really got this because there's art on the inside. I'm going to say this kind of carefully. There's art on the inside. And then there is art on the back. And let me see if I can find any kind of synopsis that it won't be a lot to read. A breathtaking standalone romantic fantasy filled with dangerous secrets, a forbidden magic, and passion about a young ruler who fights to protect her kingdom. Heck yeah! Sounds really good. Sounds so good. So this is the portion of the books that I got from Van. And now I'm going to go over the other books on my physical TBR. And we're going to get into that now. Okay, we're over here for this part of this video. And then I will like slowly work my way back over to this side. This gives you a chance to see the other part of my shelves. Woo! So I'm going to go over my physical TBR. The first books that I have to read is Fruits Baskets Volume 1 through 5. I'm not getting these off my shelf because if I take these off the shelf, all of this is just going to go whoop, because this is like really like heavy stuff. And these are literally supporting these. This is like the main support for the shelf. And if I take these off, it's going to be chaos. My best friend got me these books after I watched the anime. I love the anime. It's so good. It's like cute, but also really sad and traumatic. And I would only recommend if you want to cry. Yeah. Moving on to my other physical TBR. Oh, that was almost silly, but also bad. The first book on my physical TBR, other than those ones, is The Queen Underneath by Stacey Philic. This says, I don't need protection, or enemies need protection from me. About all I know. Okay. Next book is Grey Miss Fair. I have no idea how to pronounce the last name, so I'm not going to, but it's Francesca is the first name. The back of the book says, we have passed from the world of reason. This is the world of magic. I need you to know where you are. Do you? So it sounds like it's going to be like a fantasy, a mystery. This next book is The Veil of Blood and Magic by Jade Presley. I am a Patreon member of this author because I love her work so much. So I always get like a ARC copy of like every book she releases. I think this came out in like September, October. I haven't gotten to it. I feel so bad. This is like Witcher. This is inspired by Witcher. I guess the book, but also the show. This says, desire has 1,000 different flavors, just like blood. I need both to survive. When everyone who uncovers my secret wants me dead, it's all I can do to stay alive. I've spent the last decade biding my time until I can do what I've dreamed about since my family was brutally murdered. Kill the collector and everyone he holds dear. So that's what it's about. And then we got some romances. We have In It to Win It by Sharon Cooper. It says, two entrepreneurs compete for property but secure the biggest win of all, each other, in this second chance romantic comedy. It's so cute. I like the cover. This next one is With Love from Cold War by Alyssa Thompson. It's on the back, it says she has a to-do list a mile long and falling for her coworker. She has a to-do list a mile long and falling for her coworker isn't on it. Yet somehow he's become her top priority. These covers are always so cute. And this one is called Make the Fireflies Dance by Rachel Bateman. It says, there's not a back. Hold on. Secret kisses, blind dates, rom-com, prom proposals, and real love. Aww, it's definitely a YA, but it's so cutesy though. We love a good YA romance sometimes. Okay. And the next I got, now that I've found You by Christina Forrest, is following in the footsteps of her uber-famous grandma, 18-year-old Evie Jones is poised to be Hollywood's next big star. That is until her close friend's betrayal leads to her being blacklisted. Ooh. Scandal! I like this cover a lot. You're going to hear me say that a lot. And then this one is called Skyline by Cara. I don't know how to say the last name. This says, his eyes are the same and that crooked smile, but his hair is longer, falling in golden waves across his forehead and curling behind his ears. When I first saw him sitting on the stool in my kitchen, my instinct was to touch him, hug him, put my hands on his skin in some way. But when he stood up and his frame filled the kitchen doorway, all I can remember was that he left without telling me where he was going or even saying goodbye. Things had been complicated before he left, but I had not meant anything to him at all. all those years we were friends, and maybe something a little more than that, and he just disappeared from my life overnight. This is a gay sports romance. I will probably be saving this for Pride Month. And then this is, I don't know how to say this. Oh, please don't flame me. Ragnar Crimson. This is a manga. It's an action-packed dark fantasy. Humanity lives under the threat of annihilation by immensely powerful dragons. The dragon hunter embarks on a revenge-fueled quest to eliminate the threat once and for all. Yep. And this is Kit McBride Gets a Wife by M.A.R.U. It says the four McBride brothers have their world turned upside down when their precocious younger sister secretly places an advertisement for a male older bride. Oh, you can tell I didn't read the back of these covers until now. This is Green Light by Jessica Hall. Is it Jeski Hall? That sounds like I'm saying jet ski, like the thing you ride in the ocean. Not the ocean. Thing you ride on water. It sounds like I'm saying jet ski. Jessie Hall. The back cover just says, we're tied together in such twisted, sinful ways that never let up. This is a spicy book. This is on my TBR for this month. I don't know if I'll get to it. I'm reading pretty slow this month. But yeah, I don't have anything else to say about this. I'm so sorry. And then this is The Night Country by Melissa Albert. This says... With help, Alice escaped the Hitherland in her reclusive grandmother's dark legacy. Now she and the rest of the dregs of the fairy tale world have washed up in New York City, where Alice is trying to make a new unmanageable life, but when Alice learns something is stalking the hinterland survivors, she suspects their deaths may have a darker purpose. Dang. The cover is stunning. The next one is Just One Look by Lindsay Cameron. I got this from a Comic-Con, a blind date with a book, and it literally said a stalker romance, but she's the one that stalks him. And that's all I needed to know. And then it was on my list. A young woman escalating obsession with a seemingly perfect man leads her down a dangerous path in this novel of suspense brimming with envy, desire, and deception. Eyes aren't the windows to the soul, emails are. And then this next one is Black Wings Beating. If you remember a little bit earlier in this video, I was talking about the two books. This was the first book. This is the first book. It is by Alex London. And then let me see if I can actually give you a description now. The rise together or fall alone. Nothing in the world is more revered than birds of prey, and no one is more honored than the falconers who call them to their fist. With this book, Alex London launches a soaring saga about the memories that haunt us, the histories that hunt us, and the bonds of blood between us. That sounds actually really interesting. Oh my goodness. And then this is called Forest Born by Elaine Andre Becker. This says, embrace your magic, brave the forest, save the prince. Is there a special cover? It is pretty cute, actually. And then the last books in my Physical TBR are actually part of a series called Truly Devious. I did not know this series was longer than 3 books. My friend gave them to me and then we found out together afterwards that there was more than 3 books. I know nothing. I think it's like a mystery. But yeah, I was gifted the first 3. Let's read the back. Let's see if there's anything I can tell you. Look, a riddle. Time for fun. Should we use a rope or a gun? What? I was not expecting whatever I just read. I'm doing a buddy read of this in July, and now I'm more intrigued than I initially was because I was not expecting to read what I just did. Truly Devious is the first novel in a murder mystery trilogy Obviously, it's not a trilogy anymore because there's like 7 books listed on Storygraph. But maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. So that is my current Physical TBR. I am going to be making a video in April once I do my next book haul of all the books that I'm currently in the middle of. Like all the book series I'm currently in the middle of. I'm currently in the middle of 50, but hopefully by April I've knocked out at least like 5. Don't question the blanket if you can see it. It's because those are books underneath the boycott, and I didn't want to show them off. I didn't want to give them a platform. I covered them up with my cow blanket. I don't know. It's funny. It's not funny that they're under the boycott. It's just funny. That's how I thought I would handle it. Was with a cow blanket. So yeah, I think that's all I have to say. So I was in the middle of getting ready to start editing when I realized that I didn't even make an outro clip. Didn't even say goodbye, just nothing. So I only felt like it was right to, go back in and add this. I think this just goes to show how much of a mess I am this week. I just have a lot going on, a lot on the brain. But I really do hope that you enjoyed this video. I tried a few new things out. I mean, like I said, this is my first video in front of my bookshelves. I also included like a time lapse of me putting books away. I also included that time lapse of me like putting my books into my spreadsheet, which I know you can't really see my spreadsheet, but you see me doing the spreadsheet. And the spreadsheets I use are all made by my friend Ali, also known as WithAli, or her back order, or with Malice, depending on what social media you find her on. They're very affordable. I love them. I hope you enjoyed this. I do plan to do like some more videos in front of my bookshelves. I think it's just a nice change of view compared to me on my couch. But I do have some stats. I inputted all my new books into my own library spreadsheet, and it brings my own books up to 272. I was correct. I do have 33 to read, and that means I've read like 80% of my entire collection, which I feel like is really good. I feel like a lot of readers have way more to read. Talk about the ebook library. That's a whole other thing. But apparently, out of my TBR, like 4 of these are LGBT, and I'm gonna save those for the private-a-thon that I'm gonna be doing, and the rest of these are gonna be put up as options for my like reading video that I'm gonna be doing. That you'll probably see next week, I think. You'll see what I have planned. I have a very fun idea planned. I think this is the very end. Like I said, I hope you have a very mood-tastic week. And until next time, bye friends.